Yes, yes. What's up? It's a Triple B. Yeah, like. Yeah, I'm a bit bitter. I'm a bit bitter about my channel being demonetized. You know, apparently, um, you know, I use too much footage from other sources. I mean, most of my stuff is 100. I don't know, 98% of my own content. So I'm a bit bitter. But talking, I don't know, man. If you want to do like some Cash App love, then some Cash App love. There's a link there. There's also you can get right? A free £10 if you sign up. If you haven't signed up before, you hit the affiliate link I got below in the description. You get tenner, Chubby gets tenner, so everybody wins. Um, anyway, we're talking about Tommy Fury and what his future is in boxing. Now, obviously, beating Jake Paul is his biggest achievement allegedly. You know, but he beat a guy who never really faced a true boxer and faced some ancient guys. And Tome was very, very emotional. He was. I mean, to be frank, right? He was. Um, his own family had to go at him. If you do not win this fight, we're gonna leave you. We're gonna leave you. You leave the family. So there's a lot of pressure there, but and it was quite funny. Tommy Fury interview after the fight. I am Tommy Fury. I am Tommy Fury. Millie May, I love you. Bambi, I love you. That's the name of his kid, Bambi, if you can believe that. It was like Rocky Balboa, crying as well for what? The diarrhea belt. The diarrhea belt. It's a joke, right? And boxing's become ridiculous. Well, the whole world's become ridiculous, to be honest with you. It's not exactly, you know, the world is getting so obsessed with views, so obsessed. Well, it's always been obsessed with cash, but so obsessed with visibility. So obsessed with an agenda. They just don't care, man. And normal people are getting pulled into it. It's normies, NPCs. Yeah. Now, I put the footage on, but I'm not going to because apparently, I've been putting on too much, too much footage from other accounts, which is basically the whole of YouTube anyway. But I gotta watch out. So anyway, like I said, Cash App, pound sign Bengal G14. If you want to show some love. But the whole fight, I said before in my other video, is boring. There was loads of holding, Jake Paul especially, he throw a wild overhand right and then grab. Tommy Fury. A lot of these fights are boring, man. But if people get into the hype, the excitement, and the commentators hype them up even more. Oh, he landed a huge shot. And I got to say, to be honest with you, Tommy Fury, he's one of the luckiest boxers ever. Or celebrities. And I'm not hating on that, Actually, I think it's good. He got £3.7 million for an 8-rounder against a novice who had never fought a pro boxer or had any kind of amateur career. I think Tommy's meant to have had 12 amateur fights. And he's had before the fight he had 8 or 9 pro fights. And, he beat him on points despite getting knocked down by a jab. And he's crying afterwards and acting like he won a world title, jumping up, when all he won was the fake diarrhea belt. I don't hate on him, to be honest with you. In some ways, his future is looking bright. I don't mean that in boxing, right? He's not going to win anything. Could he win an area title? Yeah, if he fought the right guy. But he's not going to go above that. Maybe fight for the British. He's not going to do that anyway. He's a celebrity boxer. Yeah. So what's next? What happens next? If you're Tommy Fury's agent, you rubbing your hands, man. He rematches Jake Paul for another $4 million. Yeah, and maybe afterwards, win or lose, he fights KSI. And before we know it, he's made £10 million. £10 million? £10 million, then he retires. If he's got a brain, without being punch drunk, with his faculties all there, with 10 million in the bank, and he can be a celeb. You know, they'll probably even invite him along to commentate on fights. You know, and I'm not jealous. I'm not a hater. I can imagine a lot of pro boxers are angry though, very angry, because like they're like, well, I got paid like 1.5 grand, 1.5 grand for my 8-rounder, and you got paid 3.7 million. You know, and you don't deserve it because I'm better than you. But that's the way the world works. It's about, I suppose, it's about how much money you can bring to the game. You know what, like, Tommy doesn't seem a bad guy. You know, he's not a high IQ guy. He's like, I don't know, white trash or passion trash, really. And he can't, he can't afford to lose too many brain cells. I mean, pro boxing is very dangerous, man. There's so many legends that end up with Alzheimer's, right? I looked at there's a someone did what's called a little study, and they said that like pro boxers live 7 years less than the rest of the population, but you got to remember, yeah, that includes infant deaths, so it's probably more like 15 years less than, you know, the normal populace, and where they come from. So, you know, and it's cool, man. Tommy, you know, to get 10 mil for a few spars is awesome, man. He seems quite likable. Yeah, he's not the sharpest tool in the box by any means. You know, this man is not going to solve, you know, the power of relativity or whatever. But, you know, I wouldn't be unhappy to be in his position, man. You got a baby, you got a girl. I don't think she's that nice, to be honest with you. The Smalley May, she ain't that nice, but if he's happy with it, he's happy with it. He's young. Yeah, he's muscular, although he looks like he's had a synthol injections. I don't think he has, but he looks like he has. But, you know, let him have his 10 mil. Let him have his 10 mil. You know, he'll fight on in Saudi or whatever. And the truth is about Saudi, right? The Saudis, the sheikhs, they don't care about this nonsense, man. They don't even know who these guys are, man. It's all about, It's all about raising visibility for Saudi Arabia as a destination. Because selling oil won't last forever, apparently. You know, so instead they put the money into making it a holiday destination, and they will change. They're going to be quite strict, you know, about women and all that kind of stuff. And women weren't allowed to drive till about 10 years ago, because apparently it used to rattle their pum pum. You know, and make their pum pum get excited. Honestly, and they couldn't leave the house without a what's it called, like I don't remember, but someone else from their family. Okay, so things are changing there because the people with the power want everything to become. They want one world government. They want everyone to act the same. And Saudi, I don't know, I bet in 5 years' time it'll be like a real... Like Dubai is already a good destination for people to make money and go on holiday. Saudi, the same thing will happen, right? Well, I was interested in where was Coogan? There was no Coogan there interviewed. He's always there for big events, right? Even whack events. But something, wait, is Coogan banned from international travel? You know? Obviously, he can't go to the United States, but he seems to be banned. And weirdly, no one seems to have been arrested about the supposed Kinahan cartel, you know, which apparently is a deadly drug cartel. Who's been arrested? No one. It's probably a lie anyway. I can't believe anything that the feds put out, yeah? And boxing's becoming a joke. More so than other sports, to be honest. More so than other sports. The whole world's becoming a joke. More so than other sports. You got Conor Conor Ben. Yeah, and he's like, he literally been let off by the WBC, which is a world governing body, for failing 2 tests because he ate a lot of eggs. Right? Apparently more than 50 a day. But then I found a story, right? This guy, right? This Indian guy. And he got annoyed. There's a film called Cool Hand Luke, and the guy says, I can eat 50 eggs in whatever, 2 hours in a single sitting. And this Indian guy said, yeah, I can do that. I can do that. Yeah, I'll eat 50 eggs. Anyway, he died after 42 eggs. He died after consuming 42 eggs. And yet Conor Ben, says you eat 50 a day. So we all know it's a lie. I mean, it's nonsense, right? And some people say you can't use the drug, the clomiphene or chloroform, whatever it's called, in UK eggs anyway. So you would have to be importing them. Why would you do that, man? And Titan Booth, on his channel said the same. Titan Booth, Titan. Like I said, Titan changed the banter game. More than that, he'll speak the truth. He'll speak the truth, Titan Booth. And this is why his channel gets attacked by the haters. But, yeah, boxing's a joke now. Boxing's a joke. What do we want out of it, man? Like I said, I'm thinking of, following lawn bowls, but it's not the same as boxing, is it? Boxing ain't a sport. It's more than a sport. It's people getting punched in the head. You're putting everything on the line. If you lose a lawn bowls game by rolling a ball, what have you done? Well, you rolled the ball wrong. If you lose a boxing match, you might be knocked clean out and go to the hospital. So boxing and UFC, MMA are a level beyond sports. But I can't just watch this anymore, man. I can't just watch them when they're laughing in my face. Yeah? And they let a guy off for eating 50 eggs a day. Even though an Indian man lost his life for eating 42 eggs one day. What? And now Conor Ben Bum is will be allowed to restart his career. I don't know what happens with the British Boxing World Control. I don't know what happens with the UCAD. But you know what? One thing, right? There's a guy called Liam Cameron. He was a decent fighter, Liam Cameron, right? And he tested positive for Yale. So he did a bit of Yale, which is a recreational drug. It's not a performance-enhancing drug. I mean, yeah, you might do a line before you fight, and it might give you extra energy, but it's not a training drug. It's not something you take to improve your muscles, your performance, your cardio. But this guy, Liam Cameron, has been banned for 4 years. So basically ruined his career for taking a little bit of Yale. No one talks about it. And then you got other guys like Jarrell Miller. So he popped for 3 different drugs twice or something. He's had 6 months off, nothing. But you do a bit of Yale, and you're banned for 4 years. It's because, obviously, of money. If you can't see that, you're nuts, man. If you think that the whole testing process is fair, and the punishment they give to people is fair, you're nuts, man. Like I said, I once did a bit of research, and I found out that this woman on the board of UCAD actually had worked at the Olympics 2012 when Gay J was there, right? And she's from Nigeria. She's from the same tribe as him, Yoruba. I think it's the Yoruba tribe. Yeah? And she lived real near to him. And when I brought this up, I got my video. No, they didn't ban the video, but they took away the this woman just disappeared. So what does that tell you? It's utterly corrupt. There's no money in finding people positive for drugs. The only money there is to find people negative and clean for drugs. If anyone believes that Gay J has never done a substance, I would suggest they are an imbecile. They have mental issues. They have a low IQ. They have no ability to look at the truth and believe that everything they get told in the mainstream media. So, you know what I'm saying, man. It's just pathetic. But anyway, peace, guys. I'm going to try and sort out my problem about the monetization. I'm going to put in what's called a complaint. But, you know, who reads it? Do you really reckon anyone reads this? Or is it all bots? It's very weird that given the fact that I have a not... you know, they're acting like my channel is just full of just taking footage off other people and what do you call them, like regurgitating it. Does anyone actually believe that it's fair? And the YouTube and all these kind of things, they got very vague policies, so they can basically stop you for anything. Why they stopping? Should be truth game. Anyway, peace in the Middle East, yo peeps.